What's good, people? We're back. We're here again. Another episode of Horror Research 30. And the second episode this year in 2026.
Mhm.
We're doing the sadness, people. We were talking about the sadness. And yes, we reviewed this movie a couple years ago on the pod, but we wanted to talk about it again. And this time we have, a couple other faces over here that weren't on. They've seen it, but they just didn't review it with us the last time we reviewed it. So
Mhm.
we're gonna get all of our thoughts and just have a good time with this. But before we dive into it, I'm gonna ask how you guys are doing, and then ratings will go from. Yo, coughing on mute is crazy. You look like a little kid having a temper tantrum. Oh shit! But I'll start off with you, Trevor. How's it going, man? How you doing?
Things are going well. Still got a couple things going on. We'll see what happens.
Iron out.
But
Yes.
it's going to be a definitive year. I get to do the whole half century thing.
Nice.
So yeah, things are going quite well.
Now, is it okay if I bring up the music question you were asking James?
Yeah, no problem.
So you want to do like an episode of, you said top 5 heavy metal?
Top 5 heavy metal of 2025.
Oh, 2024. Oh, okay. Of 2025.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Of
awesome.
just this past year. And I just wanted to grab a couple people who are in the network, who are hardcore heavy metal people, and just do
Okay.
like a casual kind of thing. But I need to get in touch with those people, and then I also have to talk to other people. So
Yeah.
don't put me down for doing this.
No. We're not doing that this year. Trevor, we're going to speak things into existence because I know you really want to do
You're
it
gonna keep
into
bugging me.
existence. It's going to happen at some point. It doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. It just means it's going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
And once you do get that show together, I know he probably won't be able to be on because he's busy, but maybe I'll come on and represent him for his top 5. My brother, he's into all kinds. He's into that kind of music. So maybe I'll come on and represent him once the time is near. Because I
try to do maybe max 4 people.
Yeah.
So it can probably be like a tight hour.
And unless you have like 4 metalheads on there.
Not really.
Cool.
No.
But
no.
Like I said, speak it into existence. I don't know what Chris listens to. He listens to all kinds of shit. He might. He may be one.
Just salsa.
Hey.
And polka music. Polka.
Ugh.
Did you say salsa and polka, or just
The only
salsa?
thing I listen. Only 2 genres of music I listen.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I mean, honestly, that makes sense in my opinion.
I don't believe
I'm just
him.
kidding, bro.
I mean, there's more connection to like say Tejano and polka.
There you go.
I
There you go.
mean, one could argue that polka beats are connected to reggaeton. You just put it in clave. You guys haven't talked to me about music. You think I'm a nerd when it comes to film. Jesus Christ.
I was like,
You know what? I have a fun thing that I would like to bring on this show because you just made me think of that, Trevor. If you wouldn't mind, maybe some of these movies that we review, if you get a chance and if it's easy access for you, check out the soundtrack and the score of the movie and give your rating for the soundtrack.
Oh,
if
that'd
you
be
don't
cool.
mind.
That'd be
And
really
if anybody
cool.
else wants to do it, feel free. But just because you like the way what you just said, I'm like, I think that would.
best soundtracks in history: Space Jam, Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious 1, Fast and Furious.
Oh, we're not doing this guy. This guy. But James, how you doing though, man?
Doing good, man. Productive day. So yeah, got something going. Soon I might have. I'm working on a project.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
And he does have a YouTube channel of his own now, people, called Fade Theory, which not only is Popcorn and Pines and Horror Research 30 over there as well as, their regular channels, but he has some tunes over there that he's been doing, some AI music that he does all the lyrics for. He can't sing and he can't play an instrument. So
yeah, I'm not. I don't have talent.
But he could write. Hey, listen, being able to write a song is way more talented than you think.
Hey, let's be honest.
To a lot of major detail.
Yeah,
that'd be a lot of fun.
But I mean, we're in the early stages, so everybody bitching and moaning now for people like James, it's marvelous, right? And then for the people who've been doing it forever that now realize, oh shit, I don't have to do it myself or take the time, or they're
Oh,
believe me, they're gonna be taking advantage as well, if not already.
well,
Yeah.
Bandcamp is one of the first platforms to take a stance about getting rid of AI music.
Wow.
So
So
Bandcamp, they have added additional steps for artists to use it.
I know one artist that does use it, or not even he uses it, but they use it like on his actual. They use it on his tracks to make his voice sound better. But it's
Well,
Beanie
it's
Siegel.
also great for merch for bands.
Beanie Siegel, I believe he was shot
Oh yeah,
a few years
Mhm.
because of his throat or whatever. So the way he sounds,
Yeah, it's
like
different.
he sounds like the old Beanie Siegel with
Oh
the
wow.
technology. So
Oh.
I think for stuff like that, it's amazing.
Mhm.
And then like what you're doing, what James is doing, it's awesome too. But like, I wouldn't want to see it take it. I wouldn't want to see like AI artists take over like artists that actually put pen that actually, you know what I mean?
Dude,
They already got
there's a band that
I
got
know there's a lot.
signed. It's a straight up AI band.
Oh,
yeah.
I know
It
there's
makes me
stuff.
want to kill myself.
There's
I know
a
there's
there's a
out there.
fake Mandela effect out there right now with day and night the song,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's
Well,
because of AI, because of a generated video, because now people are going, wait, I thought that was Kid Cudi.
Yep.
Not
yeah,
con-
well, let's real quick, just because you mentioned one of the great loves in my life, and Gamer, this is for your mom and dad. The classic 80s Luis Enrique, Amor y Alegría, and special pink vinyl. That's for your mom and dad.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure I clip this in, but like, Mom, you know anything about this?
Yo, no disrespect, and I want your mother to hear this. No disrespect. She may have that smile on her face, and you're like, you know what, Mom? On second thought, I don't want to know those stories.
Verbatim,
And
she's
then
probably
you
gonna
can
go,
oh, I know this
oh
guy who
yeah, I
worked
know
for
about
Ruben
that. Oh
Blades.
yeah,
And then
what
they
you-
go to your grandparents and go, Ruben Blades. So, or Blades, actually, but.
it's a lot of digging.
Trevor
Yeah.
shooting his
My
shot to
back's
be a
not the same
stepdad,
as it
Chris.
used to be.
Did you hear me? Trevor shooting his shot to be your stepdad, Gamer.
Hey, I can't control my mother no more than I control you or James or anything else happens in this world.
He'd be a cool stepdad, though. Yeah, I admit.
I'd be a horrible stepson.
Oh
You're
man.
like, you never
But,
come over. Your mother's always looking for you. Because I'm 40. Because I don't live at home.
Yep.
I would just walk around and get lost because I'm not used to the area.
Neither
hell
am
are
I.
you?
We'll bump into each other somewhere on the path. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
I thought the bathroom was in there last night. Something's wrong.
Oh shit, Gamer, how you doing though, man?
I'm good, bro. Hanging out,
That's good,
you know,
that's
just
good.
keeping busy.
That's good.
Just
That's
getting
good.
ready for spring and summer, even though it already pretty much feels like spring. Like it's crazy. Y'all had some crazy weather like couple weeks, right?
Yes.
I was sitting down here in like 65, 68, 70. I was just like, man, I'm still in shorts and just like a hoodie or just a sweatshirt. Like, when is it gonna be winter? Oh, it might snow. Nope, just rained.
Listen. It's 75 degrees out right now. What's good, Chad, man? What's good?
Good
Cooler
morning.
than a witch's tit up here.
No, it's cold as shit here too.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
lying.
cold. Yeah.
But what's everybody's ratings? James, I'll kick it off with you. What's your rating
Okay.
for this?
So I don't remember what I rated it the first time
I think a
reviewed it.
9.
Okay, so it's gonna it's staying the same. I think it's a 9. It is almost like it's so violent, like it's a wild movie.
Mm-hmm.
But they say it's a zombie movie, and I disagree.
How about you, Trevor?
I'm going to give it a solid 8.5.
Okay.
I do adore this film, and it is a great film. But it's one of those movies that if I had actually been on the show a couple years ago, as opposed to not being, I would have probably given it a 10 at that
Okay.
time. I think over time, certain things continue to work. And let's be honest, this is an extraordinarily relevant film since 2020 when pre-production began and still now. So, but solid 8.5.
Nice.
How's it going, George? How's it going? And
What up,
about
what
you,
up?
gamer?
I'm going with a 7.5.
Too gory for you.
Yeah, yes and no. There's a couple things that I feel like would have overshadowed that had that not been the issue. But this is my third time, I guess, trying to get through it, because the first time I DNF'd it right off of like the first few scenes, and then I went back, watched it, and I was like, okay, I got through it. There were certain things that had hiccups, and that's kind of what I'm basing it on. And I was watching it again, and I was like, so much I just wanted to just stop. I'm like, I don't need to see this again. I don't need to see all of this. I don't. I saw it the first time. I remembered it. Matter of fact, I forgot it, and now I remember it. I don't want to see it.
I get it.
Get to see the businessman Gaspar Noé in the face.
Chad,
The
you said
umbrella
8?
in the eye, or the fryer, or
Dude, just the violent behavior. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, what they showed, they're showing like a guy's head getting crushed in. Someone's breaking their arm on the stairs, snapping the arms. Fucking. We'll get to the crazier parts later.
So
But, there's wild shit, man.
I gave this a 10 when I first seen it. And I keep going back and forth with a 9 and a 10 in my head. The only reason why I'm thinking 9 is because the story wasn't great. That's the only reason I'm thinking about giving it a 9.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm thinking about giving it a 10, or also why it's staying a 9 too, is because, or 9.5 even. Everything else about the movie I really enjoyed. Like when I watched, which if you're going by the cover, it says zombie, but either way, you could just say it's what's the word I'm looking for? Not pandemic. It is a pandemic going on, but no,
Biohazard, biological.
yeah, something like that.
It's a viral
Virus.
issue. It's
And-
a potential pandemic.
And now that I'm thinking
You
about
never
it,
know exactly outside of Taiwan.
it's a better version of quarantine. A way better version of quarantine. If you think about it, just because if you're thinking virus, viral, and the way that they were, how they became like violent.
Okay.
Violence.
Quarantine is a remake of Wreck. Okay.
Both of them. I think it's better than both.
Mhm.
And the sequel to Quarantine, even I think Quarantine 2 is better than Quarantine 1. But yeah, I think it's better than all of that. And just because of just how crazy it got, like it started kind of a little subtle, and then just from the guy waving at hey, how are you doing? Talking to the old lady, asking if she's okay. Really started right there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You see her, you're like, oh shit. And then she disappears.
Something's
She
going to
appears
go
again
down.
later she appears again a little bit, not too much later, but a little bit later in the movie. But just the violence and the gore and just everything was nuts. And we were having a conversation pre-show, which I'll just bring it in now so we don't forget. And it can kind of base off of this and keep going with the movie. What's good, Chris? How's it going, man? So, Trevor, you had a question for us. Now, I don't remember if you were here, gamer, for Baskin. We did this one last year. And I know James and Trevor, I know you guys were here, and the sadness. So I'm going to mention there was an eye socket scene in this movie, The Sadness.
Yes.
They didn't show it. It was in the hospital when the dude, he banged the chick's eye socket.
But you know what you're doing.
Optical intercourse.
There was optical intercourse. I like that.
Mhm.
Well, I like that name. Let me say it like that because I don't know.
It sounds like a good metal band.
It does.
She didn't just get the ending in her eye. She got the whole cock.
But her eyeballs gone, so she couldn't see it coming.
That's true.
Then,
there you go.
The question is,
but the other movie was Baskin. So in Baskin, there's a little short, crazy motherfucker. After he pulls somebody's eyeball out, he licks the socket.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Which one is what would you say? Which one is worse, right?
What?
Yes, I wanted to find out because Baskin really left a mark on you, and specifically that scene, because you've talked about it numerous times over the past 6 months, and it is a phenomenal film. I will honestly say I prefer Baskin to this film, but the question is, what was more uncomfortable? The little guy licking the eyeball or the businessman having intercourse in an eye socket? You didn't see it, but yeah. So
Okay.
just
I'll
out of
answer first.
curiosity.
I'll answer first. I'm going to go with the licking the eyeball because they actually show you like doing it. But and like you said to the other one and the sadness, you definitely knew what he was doing, but they did not show it. So I think that's the reason I'm going with the first one because I liked how they actually showed the eyeball licking thing. That movie was wild.
See, because I have the two answers. So I agree with you because of that reason they showed it. And I feel like with them not showing it in the sadness, like seeing the guy's facial expression was kind of funnier.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah,
But well, I guess because
funny,
they didn't show
funny
it.
but not funny.
I feel like had they showed it as brutal as that movie was, even if they didn't, they just like showed it, her face like hitting his groin area, that would have been fucking nuts. I realized what I said,
You're
but I didn't mean
full
it
of
like
puns tonight.
Yeah, I
You know
know.
that.
I really didn't mean it. I really didn't mean it this time. But seriously, as crazy and as violent as that would have been, or as would have, that was just fucking wild. That was fucking wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think licking the eye socket though, because I completely, you know what it was? I'll say the eye socket, yes, because I forgot about this scene, the optical intercourse. That eye socket licking is something I did not forget about. You know what I mean? That because that, and I think it was more. Again, I think it's more so because you got the visual of it, and it was like, holy shit, that was wild.
I think that's also a situation where you can see the atmosphere in a film. So this film is very much daylight, very much daily life in Taiwan. Baskin is in a dark realm, not just a building that is dark and decrepit, a dark realm. And you see actually maybe even a little as much because of how the shadowing and everything is the cinematography, but that left a major impact on you versus something that is even more in your face, whether you're seeing it or not.
Yeah.
So that's the wonder of cinema in itself.
Yeah, that movie Baskin, man, holy shit.
Either
you
way,
haven't seen
both
that movie,
fucked up.
Also, like to say about this movie too. Watching this movie got me. This movie is what triggered me to start watching a lot of Asian horror.
Nice.
So that's when that rabbit hole went down because of this movie right here. Because it's so intense, and it's like, and they didn't give a shit. They went all out. The violence, the blood, they threw it all out there, man. So I enjoy it. I really like this movie.
And it was like, it was the movie too. Like once it got started, it didn't stop. It just kept getting more and more intense. Which again, I enjoyed that a lot. Like I mean, you see it when you see the old lady. It technically starts there. No, I mean you see the blood and stuff on her gown, but and on her face a little bit. But you haven't seen anything crazy happen yet. After that, the couple goes. He drops his girl off wherever he drops her off. I forgot where he drops her off at. Work or school, I'm assuming. And then he goes back home. Or no, he's heading home. He goes to the diner and all this other, and it starts. And then you see the old lady again in there, and shit goes down.
Yo, she looked wild too.
Yes. I was like, holy.
So basically, this movie is supposed to be like a love story. He's trying to go to cross town to save his girlfriend. So that's what they're.
And then there's a nod to Night of the Living Dead at the end.
Yeah. So there's a problem. The thing is, I knows with this, their story, the violence and everything, overpowered the story, because the story can be good. Like if you if you think about it, like I'll go save my girlfriend, and you're like, oh, okay, that's sweet. That's romantic. Like he's a gentleman. He loves his wife.
No, his girl.
But when they throw a whole bunch of this violent in shit, saying like the eye socket, there's a couple grape scenes. Then there's an orgy. They
That
just
shit was
threw
funny.
all that just overpowered the story. Just all that visual
Okay,
overpowered the story.
would I surprise anybody to tell them that this film was written and directed by a Canadian?
What?
Didn't know that.
Okay, so not to interrupt, but I think it's going to answer some of your questions because like I said, when I saw this movie a couple years ago, I put it much more on a pedestal than I do now. So it was written and directed by this guy named Rob Jabaz. Jabaz had done a 6-minute live action short about a mosquito pandemic. And he did several like Ralph Bashki heavy metal influenced cartoon shorts before doing this, which was what his feature debut was, which is part of the reason why there's always been this like, oh, the sadness is so amazing because it's this person's first film. Well, the gestation of that is kind of weird. Okay, so how does a Canadian end up making a film that is a very violent, intense statement about COVID-19, governments, propaganda? How does this happen? Okay, so there's this executive producer that Rob becomes friends with named Lee Cheng Hong. And Lee Cheng Hong is very much a sleaze merchant, but makes a lot of money. And for 1 year, I don't know details, I just know that for 1 year, Rob Jabaz bugged this guy with his science fiction scripts. And then out of the blue in 2020, COVID happened. One area of the world that responded like that and was considered one of the safe houses of the world was Taiwan. So there were restrictions, but it was lax. So Lee Che-hong calls up his friend Rob Jabaz and goes, okay, I need a script. I want action. I want zombies. I want blood. I want to cash in on COVID. I'll give you the money. That's how this film came to be. So honestly, this is an exploitation film that literally came to be to cash in on COVID.
That really doesn't answer those questions.
It really is cool to see a film that is successfully made during a pandemic. And that was yet again another one of the things that made this film so special. It just by chance was able to react in a way that made it so timely. And I also think that this film was a comedy, especially when you rewatch it and the propaganda, and you know when the president comes on and speaks and his right hand man literally shoves a grenade in his face and they scanner it out. It's a very dark, twisted comedy that I think was made with a lot of amphetamines.
Wow.
And so this guy, Rob, is going on, and his next two projects are both kind of the similar direction. One is a adaptation of Garth Ennis's rather legendary cool zombie comic called Crossed. But as far as my feelings on Mr. Jabaz, I'm waiting for the next movie. This could have just been dumb luck because he even admits to a lot of the deaths and the killings, pulling them from movies. Rob has even said that the
umbrella,
not the umbrella, but the fire extinguisher to the face. He stole that right from Irreversible, and he's just said it. So this was like a mega rush job. Like it was in theaters January 2021.
Oh,
You know
So
what?
it's a bizarre wonderkin of a film.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like I gave it a 7.5 because it does have its shortcomings. One of the things was the relationship thing. There's really nothing there to really make you care about the people or what happens to them by the end of the situation. They're going through all this stuff and they're facing all of this thing that's happening, but then it's like by the end of it, you don't really give a shit about them, really. It's just like, okay, and you kind of have a few more questions about everything else, and you just, I don't know. Those were the shortcomings, was the story. And what James was saying was, I kind of agree and disagree because I don't feel like if they backed off on the gore but made the story better, the movie would be any better. I feel like it would still be just as good.
It's kind of in its own way, like in real time too. So, you know, it doesn't leave a lot of room for story.
Yeah. But if we took the
but
gore the way
also
it is
you
and
don't
get
really
the good
care a
story
great
and
deal
journey,
about the characters.
yeah.
Unless you're see, so my reading on the film originally was, wow, great timing, COVID references, dystopia,
Yeah.
all these things. But my reading of it now is that the epidemic, the pandemic, the virus is actually people who have gotten so stupid and like connected to their id that they no longer have empathy for anybody but themselves. And to me, that does also bring it into more of a zombie realm because then you're starting to get into Romero territory. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good movie. I'm not going to tell anybody not to see The
Oh
Savage.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
unless you're squeamish.
I
Yeah.
just think because it's so violent, I think that's what catches me. Like how they went across the line, the shit they did in this. I'm like,
Yeah, it's a
damn.
and it's a creative twist to be able to have zombie like creatures that have intellect, can reason,
Yeah.
and then it's like they're getting joy out of it. Like it's they're there, their
Yeah,
conscience, but
they're
they're
sadists.
not really. It's
Well, nobody's talked about basketball
Where they're beating
area
them up.
and you know that is your saying gamer that is example of the sadism.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
and you
like, why
never know.
did you stop
Sometimes you'll
them?
see that you're never really sure if they're infected. In some cases, you just
Yeah,
also
it's
see
true.
that. Yeah, it's like it's like those people with empathy and those people who have just completely surrendered to their id. So
I also got this thing from it too, like where it started making me think, is this supernatural? Because when the guy had the illusion of like that fucking tongue, that whatever that fucking head thing was, and like the tongue coming out, I thought that was like a demon possessing him. I thought they were going supernatural way. Like, is it going because they even put demon eyes? Everybody's eyes turned black.
They were like red or black. That could have. I was thinking of it as more. I mean, that could be one thing. I was also thinking of it because when I seen that or thinking about that scene that you mentioned it, James. Not like a flashback, but more like I don't know if you want to call it like a daydream or a day nightmare, if there's such a thing. Just because of everything he's seen in that day is just nuts
It could be, but
where like the one little time where you have like that second to think where it's calm or whatever, and it's just like, holy shit, I can't be still because whatever, you know, and then you see that shit. I don't know, but that's a good thing to think about. That's a good question. That's a good question. I again going back with like the story and stuff, like I do love that they had the gore in it, and I feel like the gore is a part of the story. But as far as and I guess those two trying to get together is just, you know, you get that. You got, I guess there was, I wish I could add a little bit more to it, but those two trying to get together was cool, and I'm glad that there wasn't a happy ending. Because it gets boring after a while. I'm not saying I don't like happy endings.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like a happy conclusion in a film, but it's not always needed. Sometimes you need the bad. I feel like with a movie like this, you kind of need the bad. Even if you were rooting for that couple, you still needed that kind of, oh fuck, they didn't make it. Or
well, the thing
shit,
that
you know
part was, that was probably propaganda too, wasn't it? Like the government don't give a fuck and just kills you. You think you're safe?
Yet again, it was a direct reference to Romero's Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
You have something. This is even worse because they know that there's a young woman coming out who is potentially immune. It's just showing you how bad the communication is.
Mm-hmm.
In the same situation of Night of the Living Dead, it comes down to really, really bad communication. It's like, oh, boom.
Yeah.
So it's the same, but it also shows that, you know, there might be some bad communication, but some people might just not value everybody's life. So
I was gonna say too, with what you just said, James, and what you just said, Trevor, too, I feel like it's also like, yes, she could be immune, but at the same time, is it really worth the risk if she's not? Then you bring her up on the helicopter, and then we get attacked, or whoever was up there, and then just to throw that other part of it out there,
If she's one of 1 in a million, and this is going on, and you're losing millions by the day, she's worth the risk.
Yeah. No, I'm just playing devil's advocate in that, because it could be any of those things, or again, it could be we don't give a fuck.
Well, it's up to interpretation too.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty safe bet she didn't make it, but you never know what she might have also run into out there, you know, along with a helicopter. You know.
Yeah.
And it makes you think, like, what happened? Like, okay, she got gunned down, or something else happened, and someone's killing those. I don't know. You're like, she died though. I got 100% like, yo, she's done. I thought the ending was kind of like Aaron said, is like, you're expecting, like, the sad part is like the boyfriend turned, she has to leave him, and they make it seem like it's a happy ending, but then they just go slap in the face and just kill her, and that's the end of the movie.
I mean, but James, if she survives or not, it's still not a happy ending, because of all the I mean, it looked cool in the movie, but you could say all the tragedy that was happening through the whole movie, and then she loses the love of her life, or the possible love of her life, and then and he took a while to turn.
Yeah, he was fighting it. Yeah.
Which was something. Which, I mean, they do that in a lot of things, so I'm not mad. I'm not complaining. I'm not mad at it, but he did take a little while to turn.
Now, how
I think how
did it spread?
They said blood, fluids, all that.
So Sutton has to touch you then, because there are some people that had nothing on them and they turned.
Could have been saliva. Could have been.
Well, here's the thing. So it is a virus. It's this Alvin virus, and it was an outbreak. And this is another thing that is quite contemporary for this film. And the film starts out, our main character, it's not Kat's the woman, I forget the guy's name, Jim, let's call him Jim for now. Jim is looking on YouTube to find information about what is currently going on, and he watches an influencer literally make fun of a scientist.
Yep.
And Fox News and did that, so that actually was one of the elements that I watched this time. We're going, I don't care, Rob. You're laughing your ass off making this film, because you're taking a lot of chances, making a lot of really crazy, wonderful statements.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm honestly excited to see him do something else, because I'm rooting for him to actually be this great filmmaker and not like this one-shot lucky. Yeah.
So, sidebar, speaking of worst STD ever, there's a movie that's about to drop, or a show or something like that involves people doing something like taking a shot or a pill or something for one effect of like younger life or vitality. And
Are you talking about Body Melt?
I think maybe then they realize that people start sleeping together and they all start getting younger.
Thing, and everybody does it, and it then eventually starts eating people away from the inside, and yeah.
Oh, I don't know what is that a older movie?
Yes, it was from the 19.
Oh no, I'm talking about
late
something that's
90s?
like just coming out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's something coming out that where they take it so that they revitalize themselves or get younger or some. They're expecting one type of an effect, and then they realize that it's spreadable, and it starts
Oh.
to yeah. So I
Ooh, it
was
sounds
kind of
interesting.
laughing. So it literally
Mhm.
says it's an STD that everybody wants in the ad. So I was just kind of laughing.
Oh,
About
okay.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, you're good. Random. Sorry.
That's,
I never.
shit.
I didn't know about that. I didn't hear about that one coming up.
And then there's one with Ashton Kutcher, I think, or some shit. It's called The Beauty, a shot that makes people young or something.
that looks weird and interesting.
Weird,
Is that a show
right?
or a
There's
movie?
a few weird things. I think that one's on Hulu. I think that one might be a.
He said body melt, not milk.
The body milk is, you know,
That's something
going
different.
to the pool.
That's something completely different. That's something that happened like in her eye socket. Some body milk.
Yeah, speaking of basking, right?
Yo, and he was like, what did he say? He was like, and when I finished, she wanted me to keep going. I'm like, well, that's just you're fucking her eye socket, man.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
And he was
optical
ramming
nerve.
too. He was like, yeah.
and that's what made the scene as fucked up as it is. That's what made the scene funny because you just heard you seen him, you heard his
face,
you seen him, his facial expressions, but you heard what he was saying. Well, I mean, we didn't understand it. He had to read it, but you heard what he was saying. You know, like that's fucking funny as shit. That's wild.
By the way, with that character, that's the only character in the movie that is like pinpoint on one fucking person.
It's because their whole train interaction because he's just talking to her and then she kind of
snobbed him off.
Yells at she's kind of rude to him, and it probably stuck with him. And he's like, you know what, I'm going after you the whole time now. Yep. But back to the which was in the hospital scene. But back to the eye socket.
Would you say that some would argue that she felt like she was pressed up or she was like sexually harassed or something? You know what I mean? Made to feel uncomfortable.
No, that's what I was getting. What they're going with, and she was like, "Leave me alone," because he started getting pervy.
Yeah, to me at first it just seems like she was just really just very standoffish, anti, just like, you know,
yeah.
It's like you went into the interaction with that kind of attitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he was just kind of. I don't remember what he said. I don't think he.
I think he said, "You look very beautiful to me," or something like that.
Okay, I can see how that could be creepy coming from an older man.
Yeah,
but depending on how he said it, and depending on how you feel, if you're a younger girl, you know what I mean. You're a younger girl.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if Mike Tyson said that to one of you guys in his prime, you might feel uncomfortable too.
You look very beautiful to me. I'm gonna ice fuck you.
But like,
that was good.
I like the cast. I gotta say, obviously, I don't know this cast, but I do like the cast that they picked for this film. Like the ones that they really focused on, the businessman especially. I think they did a really good job with him because that dude was just insanely awesome. Like his acting and like, look, this dude right here, him.
Mm-hmm.
I would not want to, I wouldn't want to be walking down the street and just happen to run into him.
And the thing is, they made him like his personality every day. He's just a wimpy, perverted, like old man. But then this virus hits him, and it brings out what he really wants to do in life. And
he's a goddamn samurai.
Yeah, umbrella. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, so it's get out your dice. It's like basically like letting out your desires, like you thought of and you don't act on.
Yeah. So can we ask one vital question here? Why is it that everybody in this world, it seems, and in art and in movies, it seems like every time somebody has a deep down desire, it's to murder, pillage, or dismember or dismay somebody?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Why can't we cuddle with like fluffy animals?
Well, so this Alvin is like rabies.
Yeah.
And it's rabies that takes over the entire limbic system. And it's like basically like massive amounts of adrenaline, and that leads to
I need to do something.
Yeah, I mean, you start finding water because you're walking with like
in a subway, that dude just starts
so I mean,
everybody.
it's like
So basically, this virus makes you want to fight and fuck.
This virus takes you
It
from
involves a
walking
lot
down
of
your
stabbing
hallway.
in various ways.
Lot of
Yes.
stabbing.
Here's how this works. You're walking down your hallway. You don't have the virus. You see a hammer. You pick it up. Oh, look, the photo I've wanted to put up for weeks. Nope.
Yep.
You on the virus? Oh, look, a hammer. Come here, bitch.
Yep. True.
Like, what's going on in there? Don't worry about it. Oh man, it is one of those movies like Trevor said earlier. Because of how violent and gory it is. If you're squeamish, don't even turn it on. Don't turn it on.
Wow.
Other than
Definitely not.
And there's a lot of trigger warnings. There's a lot of things some trigger warnings, like we said with the R word.
Yeah.
That's mentioned a lot and stuff like that. So if that's gonna bother you, don't watch it. But other than that, if you want to see some wild ass crazy shit, check this movie out. Check this movie out because it is a good sign for what it is. And I'm bumping my shit back up to a 10. I can't help myself, man. I love this freaking movie. I can't help. I just have such a, and I think this is only my second or third time watching it, but it's one of those, you don't have to watch it a lot, but it's just such a fucking, it's an easy watch for me. Like I don't get bored of it because it's intense and it's supposed to be like, I like when movie, like see this movie
it's
cover.
definitely visceral.
Intense and visceral is a great.
Yeah.
You walk out of it like.
Yeah, I wish I could have seen this in theaters for one. But two, like with this movie cover here, though, like you see movie covers, you'll see something like this, and you'll watch the movie, and it feels like a watered down version of this. You know what I mean? It's not that wild. It's not that crazy. Maybe like two halfway decent things that may happen. You're just like, what the fuck? This isn't that. This is not that. If you want to judge a book by its cover, do it with this one right here. If you want to
There's a reason he looks like that.
Like back in the days, you know what I mean, where you're picking out a movie because of the cool movie covers, this one would be a win. This one would be worth it. This would be fucking worth it, in my opinion. Like this right here would go on sturdy shelves of like, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. Like this is gonna go on that shelf. Yes, be kind, please rewind, and bring that shit back to sturdy video. Make sure you return that shit. I'll say the same thing with Sinners from last week.
Oh, Sinners is much better.
Different types of movies.
But that's interesting. You bring them up because you're looking both at distinct voices in horror who these are their first films.
Ooh.
So, very different films, very different backgrounds, but still, 2021, this had won in Fantasia for best debut film.
Nice.
And of course, Sinners is, if nothing else, the best debut film of 2025, in my opinion. So that there's a connection there, and I think we're still waiting to see, what comes next from these people. Or these the next like layer of Jordan Peele's or George Romero's or Dario Argento's or James Wan's. It's always interesting to see when there's a voice that makes you excited in horror.
I'm used to it, Dad.
So yes, be kind, rewind, and return to sturdy video for the sadness and for Sinners so far this year. I'm gonna see how many movies I get on this thing that I just came up with now on the live. I even wrote it down in my notes, like, yo, make sure you bring this up every week. So be kind, rewind, and make sure you return this to sturdy videos, because these would be the movies that are on, that shelf. There's that one shelf you kind of like, yo, these are the ones that are recommended by this. You want to check these out. You know what I mean? You like crazy shit, you want to check this out. You want a good movie and a good story with some great music?
Hey man, I got a Serbian film for you, man.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a scene that felt like it.
Listen, in sturdy videos, Trevor is gonna have that back weird corner because he's gonna be the man.
I get to curate the porno area.
There you go. Like, yo, like listen, man. I need to see something real crazy and fucked up. Go to that man right there. Like, you sure he's not gonna talk about jazz music? He might, but he's also gonna give you a crazy ass movie to go with it. He's gonna give you what you ordered.
I try.
He's gonna give you what you ordered. No, you listen. You're the one who told us to check out Baskin, and that is one of those films that would be in that corner over there.
Yeah.
Yes, I would tell people to check it out, but it's like there's a different checkout section. Like every section, every little corner can have their own thing. Like, listen, this is super extreme. You got to go over. You got to go over to that corner over there.
Am I going to get Beethoven tonight or Cannibal Holocaust?
There you go.
What do you think, little Susie? Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. I love it, man.
Real quick, I have a theory, and I want to pass it by you guys, and it might just be totally wacko, but one of the major characters is this businessman.
Yep.
What do we know about him? He's definitely a businessman. He's definitely making quite a bit of money. He is of a much older generation and probably a very different political stance than the people who are around him on that train. I think that the businessman represents a particular generation that resents things so much that if left to their id, they would feel that the world owes them much more than people should. And that's why I think the businessman's a very important character.
Yeah, that initial interaction could be led as the old head not realizing, hey, times have changed. You can't approach a woman the same way type.
Exactly. It's an exasperated version of it, but still it's, it shows the toxicity of not changing at all. Or being at a point in one's life or finances that you decide you believe people are worse than you, no matter what. So that just, I just, as I watched the film, I just felt that, and it made me actually, it did. You can't feel anything good for this fucker, but it made him a little bit more meaty, no pun intended, as a character.
Okay.
There we go again. There we go. Yo, there was a lot of dick talk in this movie. Talking about ripping somebody's dick off and all this other crazy ass shit. Like,
man,
that one lady fucking the Saul took his dick off. Yeah.
That scene, I will compare it to another scene as far as how enticing it is. The part of Day of the Dead where the asshole sergeant is ripped to shreds by zombies on the floor.
Cool.
I feel that and the crotch, belly, skull saw are both equally. They get the same visceral. It reminded me of that. Different, but it had that same feel. Especially with all the infected people around.
Yep, holding them down and shit.
Who is a total complete dweeb. Okay, so who actually annoyed me the most in this film? It's the night guardsman who is not infected, who honestly doesn't give two shits about anybody but himself.
Yeah.
And actually, there was a little bit of, that fucker, the one that won't help anybody, get him.
Yeah.
He was an obnoxious prick. So, which actually was the same for Day of the Dead. So, kind of glory gore. So,
I gotta say, with those
rehab Trevor.
With those knife scenes though, when they were stabbing, when they were infected and stabbing, they were going nuts. I'm like, holy shit,
insane. Savage.
Especially in that little diner scene, it was going wild.
What's really weird, people are just, I like how they made it where people are just looking. They're like, what's going on over there? They're like, oh, I'm safe as long as I don't make a noise. You gotta get up and fucking run. You don't sit there and watch all these murders.
If you have a chance to escape, you gotta escape. Like the train, there's nothing. The subway, there's nothing you can do about that shit until it stops and them doors open.
Damn, go through the back carts or something. Keep running. Get the fuck away from that.
Because that dude, the one dude with the sunglasses on, he's the one who got it started on the train. He was just going by, just poking people, boop, boop, back, stomach.
They look like he planned on doing that anyways. He looked like he was like a thug, like he was about
At
to
some
rob
point, there
somebody.
was this massive loss of gravity, and blood went to the ceiling.
Yeah, it
Uh,
pulled
He
it
used
like
to
it
do
was
the
like
great-
Freddy Krueger to the waterbed scene.
The neck and
Yeah,
pulls it out.
it's-
In those situations of like that train scene, though, people need to remember that there's only one or two, and there's many of you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If you
Yeah,
just
which-
remember that, more than likely, y'all all
That was
gonna be
another
all right.
exploitive thing. Okay, so back in 2014 in Taipei, there was a guy who literally went apeshit on the subway and killed about 7 people. That was something that the producer brought up to Mr. Jabaz to write in, because it's still to this day an incident that is referenced a lot in Taiwan. And still brings, really rough memories, because it's something that never really happened before. So yeah, that subway scene is a reference to something that actually happened, as in they put it in there because they wanted that shock. So
Oh, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised in the least bit.
They let it all out in this fucking movie.
Oh, they definitely did. I'm gonna pull up the wheel really quick. So this wheel
ooh, the wheel.
is 2025 horror, because I missed a lot of horror
Hey,
last
I
year.
Yeah,
didn't
we missed a lot.
realize
I didn't
that.
watch all of it either. So
I was like, I picked a X amount of movies. I don't remember how many, and I'm gonna go through some. But I also have some things coming up for Sturtleween this year, which I'm gonna tell the guys behind the scenes. That is fun as shit, and I'm excited for. And Chad, I want to talk to you about that whole Halloween marathon on the Friday before Halloween. But let's get this wheel going. And see what we got coming up next Thursday. Oh, spin.
Come
A
on,
lot
land
of
on,
stuff on that wheel.
land on
Yeah.
something that I want to see.
It's gonna land on something you want to see, James. It's gonna land on something you're gonna love, James. You're gonna love it so much. You're gonna be happy you've seen it.
Just please don't involve a shark.
No, I don't think any. There might be one on here. There might be one on here.
Aaron, the wheel's racist.
It ends.
Okay,
I never
know
heard
nothing
of
about
this.
film.
I never heard. No, me either. I don't know nothing about this movie.
Me neither. I just picked it. I'm not gonna lie to
Hey,
you.
okay.
I looked at IMDb's list of 2025 horror that came out, and I was just throwing shit
I'm
on
down
there.
with it. That's fine.
So
Because the
we'll
cover
see
don't
what
give away what the fucking shit's about. So you're like, it ends. You're like, what's going on? Is it a zombie movie? The world's ending?
What's it
What's
called?
going on?
It ends.
It's
Yeah,
called
It Ends.
Looks too green and grassy. Looks like it's like The Happening or some shit.
Yeah, it could be.
Hey,
Yeah.
we'll see.
All right, cool.
But yeah, that's what we'll be doing next week. And then I actually want to show you guys. So over on Popcorn and Pints, which for the Stephen King stuff only, and anytime we do like horror type of films on Popcorn and Pints, I will be having them playing on this YouTube channel over here as well in Thirdo Vision. But we are kicking it off. We're doing Stephen King. We're doing all his movies and like we're doing his movies and like the miniseries adaptations pretty much. And we're kicking it off this Saturday with 1990s It. And it's going to be a great time this
Is there
Saturday.
a list that maybe one could get on?
Yes. Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, like if you go to the Popcorn and Pints YouTube channel, Trevor, I have it scheduled out till about September.
Oh wow.
As of right now. So
That's awesome.
we're kicking it off with It this weekend, and it's gonna be a great time. At this, okay, listen. This Saturday. I know our show's normally at 9, and starting February, the first Saturday in February, it's gonna go to 8 o'clock. But this Saturday, it is at 6.
Oh
6
wow.
p.m.
6 just this Saturday. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern time. For
Go
some very,
Niners.
very important reason. Exactly. So we'll be here. We're gonna have a good time with that. And I'm excited. I'm excited to watch. I'm excited to kick off the Stephen King thing because it's one of those things that me and James have talked about for years on this show, behind scenes mostly. Like, yo, I want to go through this whole Stephen King franchise. I just want to go through all these movies, discuss them, review them. And we never made a list. We never did it. So we're finally doing it. And I cannot freaking wait. It is going to be a grand old time. So make sure you
Where
guys
can we
tune
find
in.
this list again?
I'll get it to you. That's
Okay.
Oh, YouTube. YouTube. If you go to Popcorn and Pints on YouTube, it's the and sign, not and, but Popcorn and Pints. It's the and sign on the YouTube channel. I have it scheduled out from this weekend all the way till September somethingth, and I'm going to continue.
Okay.
The schedule at some point will be done for at least a year within the next few days. But you can that way it'd be easier if you guys
way that, or when you finish it up, zip it over to me, and
I can do that too.
If you would like me to be involved in certain ones or whatever, I'd like to throw in my cap for a few.
Okay. Is there a few? Okay, I'll ask you this: is there certain adaptations you would love that you would feel like you want to be there for, but like off the top of your head?
Not particularly. That's why it fascinates me. It gives me a reason to kind of deep dive King a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So again, people be on the lookout for that. And of course, we're doing It Ends next Thursday. I have no idea what that movie's about. I didn't even hear about it till I threw it on the list. So that'd be cool. That'd be cool to see. And again, check us all out. Make sure you check out Horror Research 30, aka Sturdo Vision on YouTube, or Horror Research 30 everywhere else. I will be getting my audios updated at the latest Sunday. Been busy lately, and it's a new year, all that good shit. So I'll get back to update to that. Ambassador Media, make sure you guys go check out Ambassador Media. And of course, Fade Theory. Yes, I told you. You could see the podcast over there. You could hear some of his music over there. So go check out Fade Theory, the worst end gamer ever. He has all kinds of content that he's been building for years and years and years. So go check him out as well. And with that being said, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for commenting, listening, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys just watch more horror. Come check out Horror Research 30. And one more thing. Sturdo Vision will be coming back in March.
Ooh.
And we're kicking it off with it'll be on Saturdays around, I'm thinking between 11 and 11:30. Not sure yet. We got to still iron that out. But it'll be kicking off in March. And martial arts movies. We're gonna be kicking off with some martial arts movies and then like weird horror. So be on the lookout for that. Hope to see you guys there.
Martial arts and weird horror?
No, not together. It's going to be like martial art movies or
weird horror. I mean, now, if there's a movie that contains both,
there is a lot of them, Aaron. There's a lot of them.
Okay, well, all of that, everything we just said, martial arts, weird horror, martial arts horror. It's going to be on there. So make sure you guys tune in to Sturdo Vision, because I know people like that weird shit that we do over here, those crazy nonsense movies. A lot of those
I'll get to talk about Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires finally.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. A lot of those lower tier movies.
Hammer Shaw co-production that is so fucked up.
You see that? You're going to get that on Sturdo Vision.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get that on Sturdo Vision. And with that being said,